Dear Mama, you have so many questions, but not enough answers. You wish you didn't have to ask, and that's why I'm writing you this letter. You're not alone, you're not crazy, and I hope this helps. I see you because I am you. Sincerely, Mama.
Hey, Mama and Daddies. We are live at the Black Maternal Health Conference 2023. I am Jackie Bobbitt. This is Sincerely Mama, where we've created a safe space for moms to share all things motherhood. Not magical motherhood, but realistic motherhood. I'm your host, Jackie Bobbitt, millennial mom, entrepreneur, and purpose coach. Guys, we are so excited. Each panelist, would you guys introduce yourself, please?
Hello. Well, you all have already seen me this morning, but again, I'm Tori Alexander. I am the reigning Miss Black Mississippi, and I'm also the founder of Let the Healing Begin Ministry.
Hello, everyone. Y'all recently just seen me talking about this funky. My name is Leah Dilly. I'm a first-time mom. I think we're going to discuss more about it. I'm the owner of the Dream House Collection, online boutique serving sizes small to 3X. I want to say this is my first year being at the Mom Need with this sisterhood group, so I'm just happy to be here and be on this panel.
Hello, everybody. My name is Joel Austin. I'm President and CEO of Daddy University Incorporated. We founded the Doulas for Dads program. I am also a certified postpartum doula, and I am very welcome to be in this circle.
Hello everyone, I am Dr. Dorothy Smith. I am a licensed clinical social worker and the owner of Heal Thyself Counseling Services located in Jackson, Mississippi. I am so excited to just be here and see all these faces, and this topic is one that we definitely need to discuss, so thank you so much.
Absolutely. So guys, let's jump right into it. What are some ways that you'd like to see Black maternal health improve?
Well, I'll start off by answering that question. One way that I would like to see it improve, number one, we need to become advocates for ourselves. We depend so much on the medical community, which we should, because that's what they're there for. But sometimes we take everything that they say for face value. And I like what Dr. Owens was stating. She was very transparent in letting us know that the medical community is not always right. And so you have to first and foremost advocate for yourself. Even when you're getting ready to choose an OBGYN, I'm the type of person I like to pray first before I seek out a doctor. And if you're not a praying person, do research. Research the different doctors. Find out, what all they do, all their accomplishments. Ask for referrals from people. So that's one thing that we first need to think about to see change with maternal health is us becoming advocates for ourselves.
I can add on. I'm 14 months mom talk, but my daughter just turned 1, and I wish I would have known more education, especially prior to like my rich auntie life. I wish I would have known, because on media, it's like peaches and rainbows. They really don't tell you, and I really felt as though that made an impact. Again, how I was discussing that 4th trimester. So even now, and having my wonderful birth story, I want to pass the torch, and that's my second thing, is passing the torch. And it doesn't matter how much education you have. You don't have to be a scientist in it, even though we are very licensed and skilled. You just telling your story can help the next person, the next woman, or even the next father. So that's what I think.
I feel that Black maternal health comes from maternal health. But Black maternal health is different because those people come from villages. But I feel that we've forgotten the village and kind of focused everything just on maternal. So we don't discuss paternal health. So I would love it for us specifically to be maternal health and paternal health. I need to find out what's going on inside of her, but 50% of her comes from him. I really need to get back to you're not having a baby by yourself, you're not alone, it's not all your responsibility, and get to the fact that the entire village is here to help you have a child. Don't put all the pressure on you. Be open. With my clients, I find I find that there's so many of my new moms have a superwoman mentality that I don't even want to share some of the problems because someone else didn't, and it's just this false sense that we've gotten from somewhere that has been kind of pushed, like I said yesterday, to separate us. But I really want Black Maternal Health and Black Maternal Health to come together to say we're all doing this on our block, on our street. We're all doing this together. You're not alone. You have the same questions I've had. I don't know anything. You don't know anything, and let's all find out together.
So I'm going to piggyback off you a lot because after you have that baby and you go home, they walk you out that hospital, they teach you how to put that baby in that car seat, they close that door, and that's about it. You're on your own after that, right? Everybody know that story if you have had a child. So the concept of it takes a village to raise a child, but where is the village? Most times after you get that baby home, and it's you and that hollering baby, so just bringing platforms like this together helps Black maternal health. Asking questions to providers, questions such as, okay, what are you going to do when I get in the room? Okay, if I don't want to have a C-section, are there alternatives? If I want to take home my afterbirth, can I do that? Really being open and honest about what your expectations are for your pregnancy would definitely help Black maternal health. And just to piggyback off the maternal part, because as Black women, we can sometimes say, I got this. I got this. But we have to definitely talk to our men about what it is that we're feeling because they don't know. And remember that we spent 9 months bonding with that child. So in essence, their bonding starts after the child comes into the room. And so we have to give them an opportunity to be the parent. And so not just saying, no, I feel him, I got this. No, don't worry about it.
Right.
Let him have a part in it. Would be great too.
Nice. So how many women can confirm that we put on the cape and say that, I got this, I'm superwoman, right? My hand, 2 hands, right? We don't need help, right? And so I think you guys all hit on great points. We need the village. Sometimes, it's hard to find. But that leads me to my next question. What are some ways, and I'm speaking to the father first, what are some ways that moms can show up for dads?
Well, number one, the biggest advocate and hero of Black men and Black men of shades of color are Black women, and have always been. They have kicked open doors, and then we burnt it down after that. But the advocacy is number one, and that comes from the education. The advocacy, and one reason why I'm always focused on paternal, it's different than the village, is because my DNA is inside. My chromosomes are inside, and you gotta know that my family's history of diabetes and lupus, it helps because there's a biological attachment. The advocacy, with my clients, I shared yesterday when we do our birthing plans, the part of it is that dad has to be in the room when you talk to mom about certain things. And be honest, because I work in this field and I'm a birth worker, a lot of times my moms are just worried about not sneezing, because if I sneeze, some other stuff might happen. I just don't want to pee on myself. So dad is really, really focused on what the doctor said. He has the ability to ask all of the white coats, who are you? Because every white coat, some of them are interns, some of them are not, to kind of advocate towards, I need him here. He's a part of this process. I want him to see this process because I cannot express to you enough watching a miracle happen and not wanting to do your best. So I cannot express enough in statistics and support how much a lot of my dads bring stressors down, and I don't know how to quantify what that means to moms, but I know they're happier afterwards. And when you're being held afterwards, and when you're being supported afterwards, so you're gonna have to advocate and say, no, I know this is an OBGYN appointment, but I want him in here. well, that's usually not our policy. Well, I can find another doctor, but I want them in here. I want them to know this, and I want them to know that. So advocacy, advocacy, advocacy.
Nice. And what are some ways dads can show up for moms?
Well, I was very blessed in that area with my spouse, with both of my pregnancies. I thank God for that because he really showed up for me, as you mentioned, with them being in the room with the appointments and when you're giving birth. Majority of my appointments, he was there with me. And I was thankful for the OBGYN that I had because he believed in that, with them not just being in the birthing room, but being there at the appointments so they can hear everything, that he's telling you. So that's a lot of ways that the dad can show up for the mom. Go to the appointments as much as you can. When you see that she's stressed out, be willing to give her a back rub or a foot rub or talk to her. And that's something that I noticed with fathers that I know, other than my husband. They don't know how to talk to the woman, to ask her, what are you going through? How are you feeling? Because sometimes we, as the one that's going through the pregnancy, we just want the man to know that he cares and that he's concerned about what's happening with us because they're not the ones carrying the child. They're not the ones having the symptoms. But if the dads will understand, we're in this together. This is a partnership. So if they can just take the time and just be understanding, because we go through a lot that they'll never understand.
Yeah, we're vice versa. Like, there's so much you go through that I do not understand because I'm postpartum doula. So I also don't have any outlet whatsoever. I have no outlet, and I don't know what to do with it. When I'm the provider and I'm the head of the household or whatever, and you cry for no reason, and none of my village has told me why, I don't know what to do with that. And those things come out in negative ways. Like, I don't want to be around you when you like that. And we say negative things to each other, so we have to teach our moms to every now and then say, you know what, the diaper's on backwards, but it's all right. It doesn't affect the pee. You're doing the best you can with what you got. And then teach our dads to be like, how are you? And then when my mom says, I'm fine, which is national for I'm not fine, in the best gentle way for us to go back to partnership, saying, it's all right for a mother to say, I'm scared too, and then that gives him the right to say, I've been freaking out for weeks. I'm glad you finally said something, because I've been trying to hold it down, but I really can't.
And what's the question?
We don't realize a lot of times that my husband was the one that had, when we first got pregnant, the sickness he had, and I didn't have any more than sickness. So it's from the beginning. I mean, you're in there together. You have to realize that he's a part of that too. He's going through what you're going through. And when I didn't want to eat, he doubled it. So we have to realize, let him in at the beginning. He was with you when it started. Don't push them away. So we have to be in these things together.
Right. And I've heard one mom say that she learned when you ask for help, allow them to help in the way that they would like to help. And like you said, if it's on backwards, it's okay. If the pee is still being caught, just let them help like they would like to help.
Now, let me interject on that part, because one thing, like I stated, I was blessed to have my husband who was there through the entire process. And what we did with our first child, we attended the pre-birth classes together. Not just me, but he came with me, and in that setting, he was taught how to put on the diaper. So I'm saying some fathers don't know, but there are classes that you can attend with the mom to learn these different things before the baby comes.
Absolutely.
Just speaking on my birthing story, having a home birth, getting a midwife and a doula, you gotta be one accord with it. So if you know that's the birth plan, I knew I was gonna do it, but I was equally yoked with him as far as that birthing plan. So we were on the same page as far as, okay, we're gonna do the midwife. How much do we have to pay? What do we need to do? Do we need to travel? So you can't be, again, like going with that superwoman. I don't want to be a superwoman during birth. I sure don't want to be a superwoman trying to prepare for a baby because that's a lot. So we also have to make it known to keep them in the loop. So once you give them that open space, there he was literally doing research on his own, coming to me with new things. I'm like, what? You looking at this? So it just takes that openness so we all can create a great birthing journey.
Sure. Tessie.
I got you ready now, girl.
While you guys are on the subject, it is very important, as my brother Joel said. One thing I want you all to understand is it begins with the black male and it ends with the black male. I'm in the process of doing case studies and I'm realizing, interviewing black fathers or fathers-to-be, and they are all saying the same thing. I don't know why she's crying, or if I had the support, or I did not know what with that mucus. You said a mucus plug? What is that? You know, so, but I've also realized as black women, please hear me, my sisters. We must stop actually feeding into what society say we have to be. Who said we have to be a strong black woman? We have the black man to lean on.
So she basically just said exactly what I was about to say. I want to say, stand down, black woman. Stand down, black woman. It's okay to ask for help. Asking for help is a skill. It is a skill that we must learn how to do. And it goes something like this, baby. I'm tired. Could you please come get him for a while? I'm going out. And then not feeling guilty about taking a break, taking a mom break. That dad is just as much a parent and capable of caring for that child as we are. So I say it again so we can move on. Stand down, black woman. It's okay to take
Y'all say that.
Stand down, black woman.
My client came to me, he's 21 years old, he was like, I want to do something for her. I got to do something for her. She just had my baby, I got to do something for her. I got to get her this type of gift, what do you recommend? And I said, the greatest gift you get a new mother is called a nap. Size fits all. You take your new daughter, she was breastfeeding at the time, and pumping, take the milk and feed her, watch the game with her, and play around, and if she gets a nap and a bath, now that's another level. You start at the nap, you take it, then you will have a new person. But this idea of I want to come outside and do X, Y, Z, and not the basics. There's a lot of times it's the basics, and I have fought with some of my brown mothers of color about this food train. Like, it is a ancestral thing that I found out that black and brown women just sit around waiting for you to call them to bring food once you have a baby. Like, they just sit at their jobs like super women, like, you need some food? Like, this food train will show up, but sometimes that seems like it's weakness. If I call you and say I can't make food, everybody has a different name for it. If I call you and say I don't have any food, this, that, and other thing, seems like weakness, but we're just waiting for you to call and say, I need water, I need this, and to deliver it, and all over it. And yet we've been cutting that part out, but that's part of the joys of the child.
Right. Can you add one more thing to the nap? Can we get a full night of sleep?
You push that.
Right. So I thought before children, my love language was gifts. After children, my love language was take these kids. So absolutely. So support is a huge thing, right? In parenthood for both the mom you're a doula. Can you guys share in your own words, why is it important to have support? So whether that's a midwife, a doula, or a postpartum doula, why is it important?
Being a doula is, so I have 4 biological kids. I think being a doula is probably one of the 5th largest in the world for me. I get to come in and tell you that you're not broken at all. That all this stuff that's going wrong is totally okay and totally fine. You have all the tools you need. You have everything you can, and we're going to start right from here. And my job is to provide certain information and also tell you, empower you with how much rights you have. You can do this, and you can ask for this, and you can design some of the outcomes. And just educate. As I said yesterday, my dads are not allowed to tell their new moms no. So when they want a lot of bad foods, they go get it for them, but they don't know nutrition. But our job is to say, Monday's Burger King, Tuesday's salads. You're able to help them design something that's right for their own legacy. I think everyone should be a winner, like the sister said, everybody should be a midwife, everybody should be a doula, and we really should go back to really caring for new mothers and saying that nothing's broken, and kind of like she said, everything's all right. Yes, this is the 3rd one, yes, X, Y, and Z, but let's keep going in a positive way, and I got your back, and I'm not going anywhere, and cry or don't cry, and then bring him in. If we crying together as sisters, he gonna hug too, he gonna get some tears, like everybody gonna cry, baby's gonna cry, so I enjoy it, and hopefully lost.
Listen, I hope you're enjoying the show so far. We had an amazing time at the Black Maternal Health Conference 2023. I want to give you a moment to follow mommy on all socials. That's mom.me. And if you're not already, follow us at Sincerely Mama Podcast on all socials. Mamas, we have merch. Yes, we finally have merch. So run over to jackiebobbitt.com, click on the shop tab, and grab your mom journals and your tees, your mom tees, right in time for Mother's Day. If you don't need them, grab them for your favorite mom, your favorite mom friend. Snap a picture and tag us. We are so excited and we can't wait to see you with your mom merch. Let's get back to the show.
I go back to her. I feel like instead of hot sauce in your bag, you should have a therapist in your bag. I feel like it should be a compartment with the phone number I go to. But just some of it's having people educated enough around you to say something's not right. And I feel like sometimes, specifically in Black and brown communities, when something's not right, we can write some things off and petty some things like, oh, that's just going to be for a little while. That always happens in a week or so. And then it's 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And we'll design for everyone to come get the child. We go around. So having someone that, specifically having it, fathers have 10% of all fathers, new dads go through postpartum depression. So having someone to say that he was so involved, and now all of a sudden the baby's here, he's not that involved, as a light bulb say something's wrong. It's just odd that he was at all the appointments. And then for her, something's wrong, and having a support system, either family or not, to say something's wrong, and then to go into, let's break down therapeutically, let's ask some more questions in a calming manner, not in a broken manner, in a it's okay manner to say, tell me some more. And then you may have to just walk somebody out to the park and just sit down there until it comes out. The support has to be from the community to say, nobody's broken, nobody's wrong, nothing's wrong with you. It's just something else we're going to get through.
Can I ask something? I will say, just looking back at my family, and even with moms, we lose ourselves. And one thing I'm realizing now, and if I do have another baby, during that process, I want to stick to something that I do. Whether that's me going for a walk, listening to music, binge watching a TV show, you have to stick with something because so many times moms just completely lose themselves and just be a wife or be a caretaker. Where is you at? You know, and I think that's why my fourth trimester was so hard because I was that entrepreneur. I was traveling, but then things changed, and I thought I wasn't gonna get that back. But here I am today, and I got it back. So it's just, we have to stick with something, and it just feels so good, you know. And I want all of us to feel like that.
I want everybody to repeat after me, okay? She believed she could.
She believed she could.
But she needed a break.
But she needed a break.
So she said no.
So she said no.
Period.
Period.
Okay. It's okay to say no. In this season of self-care, it's okay to say no. We take on so much. Yeah, I can do that. Y'all ever said, yeah, I can do that, and then when it come up, you be like, oh, man, I'm not saying no. So making sure that you're not putting too much on your plate, for one. Having a self-care plan, like she said, who was I before this child? How can I get back to her? I might not be able to get all the way back to her, but this new version of me, how can I implement softness? How can I show her grace? How can I show her compassion? How can I be there for myself the way I'm being a mom to this child? How can I be a mom to myself? Right? We have to mother ourselves in that season of having a new baby. I was one who I got, 16 months apart. So I was pregnant for 2 years. Don't ever do that. If you did it, you know what I mean. It was rough having them little steppers. But now they're 4 and 5. So I look back at them, I be like, yes, I did that. They walking, they talking, but before then, having 2 babies under 2 was hard. It was really, really difficult. And I did forget who Dorothy was. I was just a mom, changing diapers, sweating, gonna get my hair done. And one day I looked at myself in the mirror, and I didn't even recognize myself. So I said, I gotta get back in the gym. Okay, it's time to get back in the gym. It's time to watch what we're eating. Eat the vegetables even when you don't want to eat the vegetables. Making sure that you're going to your dentist. Making sure that you're going to your primary care providers and also to your therapist. If you don't have a therapist, find you one. There's all types of ways to talk to people nowadays. And having an outlet, if it's painting, if it's journaling, if you like to write, if you like to travel, but finding something that you can do that makes yourself feel like yourself. Well, what I can say.
Right. And absolutely.
What you said, let me give us just a different perspective. We must learn how to ask women, Black women, learn to set boundaries. Learn to set boundaries in a way to where stop letting another woman come and bleed her pain and her hurt on this world. Learn to say, hey, I don't need that in my space. We need another sisterhood that's going to add to, not take away, and not put that fear on. So be mindful of the space and make sure because people will come. Other women will come and say, oh, you don't need him. My baby daddy wasn't there for me. Say, hey, I don't need that. But also be able to give a Black man an opportunity to show up. And it's okay to say, hey, I like what you did. Thank you. And you'll be surprised just by saying thank you what you're going to see the Black man going to do more and more. You know, sometimes we can just really tear down the Black man. The Black man already been tear down from day one. So we need to lift them up.
To add one thing to that, you talked about the tools that we can use. One thing that we really need to learn how to do is relax, and not just physically, but also mentally and emotionally. Especially, being a mother, we'll go through a whole day and get ready for bed and realize we have not taken a second to just relax. I mean, learn breathing techniques. One thing that I do, because I do deal with hypertension and medication does not help. I I use breathing techniques, and it actually brings my blood pressure down. So, especially we as women, we have to learn to take some time, even if it's just 15 minutes out the day, go to the bathroom, sit on the toilet, even if you're not doing anything on it. Just sit there and just breathe, because that child needs you. And if you're stressed out all the time, you're tired all the time, what good are you to them? What you're doing is basically jeopardizing yourself. And I think I heard Dr. Owens mention about when we're not there for them, what happens? So just take some time, use that tool of relaxation throughout the day, even if it's just for 15 minutes.
And when you say be there, I want to just jump in and say, because you can be in the room physically with your child and not be present with your child. You can be there, but you can be an emotionally unavailable mom. And we want to get past that. We want to get past that. So when we are with our children, we're there. They know we're there. I delight myself in you. I see you. I hear you. I love you. Versus, if you don't get out my face, come on. I don't feel like being bothered. If it's getting to that point to where you're speaking to your child that way, it's okay to say I need a break. Okay? Nanny.com, care.com, get the girl to come over there for $10 an hour for 2 hours. It's worth it. It's worth it.
And just one last thing, I was the superwoman, but I really feel as though my daughter came in my life for a reason, because I had to let go. I had to let go. And during that dark phase, only thing I could do was just call my mom and tell her, I'm not okay. Y'all gotta send somebody down here. And I'm from St. Louis, so being in Mississippi, that's like 7 hours away. So my village, my aunt came, and I always say that she stayed with me an entire month. I was going through breastfeeding, the changes of my body, but just surrendering, it just felt like a relief. She was cooking, she was cleaning, she was just doing everything, and it just felt so good, but it also felt not normal. And I think sometimes with new experience, we start thinking, this not right. Let me go back, let me revert. Enjoy it. Enjoy that break. Enjoy that moment so you can fill yourself up to give more to your kids.
And most of my clients, I have to let them know, you are starting from scratch. I don't care if you are a 20-year-old, 30-year-old woman, but day one, you were starting from scratch. A woman and a mother are different. A man and a father are different. A woman has had cramps, and a father of him has dealt with cramps, but cramps and contractions are different. Trust me, I know. A contraction, a cramp will get you fussed at. A contraction will get you punched in the face. So I try to express on my paternal side, you are starting from scratch with her. The woman that you've been dating for 3 or 4 years, she's gone. The woman that liked flowers and chocolates and big boxes don't want those. None of that. And as a new mom, you're a brand new person. So don't put all of this, well, I should know. Because I know about preeclampsia, I know about these things, but I think one of the worst things specifically in our community is a disease called I got this. So I got this. No, I got this. No, I got this. And it's for males and women and moms, fathers and moms. No, I got this. I asked the guy the other day, do you need this? Do you need that? He was having a child doing COVID. He's like, no, it's okay. I was like, no, put a big cooler outside of your house, put some ice in it. Your family is Haitian, so they're going to bring food by anyway, whether they like it or not. Just have them put it out there, but you got to figure out a way to get them involved and stop telling everybody you all right. Stop telling everybody you got this. And for us in the community to say, no, you are brand new with this. You should not have all of these expectations in the first trimester of what you're supposed to be. And you should, on a paternal side, you shouldn't be saying, well, I got all of this. You have no clue that you're about to get punched in the face. And you don't know when it's coming. So try to get them to relax, to say, you're starting off brand new, don't have all these expectations. I know what you thought you knew, but this life is going to be different. Nice. It's okay.
So guys, we're going to wrap it up. I would like for each of you to take some time there might be a mother or a father in the room that just needs encouraging through this parenthood journey. So briefly, as we wrap up, encourage that mother or encourage that father.
Well, to the mothers and the fathers, I just want to encourage you to say that it's okay not to be okay. We all have mentioned how sometimes we try to be superwoman, we try to be superman. But it's okay not to be okay. Not being okay is not a weakness. When you're not okay, you're letting a person know that you need help. And that's strength when you tell someone, I'm not okay, I need help.
Thank you.
I would say two things. One, as long as you have breath, you have options. So that means we are still here. That means we still have purpose. We still have a plan. So it's up to you to decide, today is the day I'm going to change everything. And I wouldn't say but I don't care what your situation or background may be. It can be light at any given moment for you. And we're all writing our own book, our own chapter. We got the pen. So for me, I'm finna write a bestseller author. I want my life to be the mom.com. And that goes for the generation that I'm gonna leave as well. So just continue to do great, be great, because your story is gonna help.
Say is that a bad day at parenting doesn't mean it's a bad life at parenting. You get a second chance. Absolutely.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for being a great panel. And thank you guys for your participation.
Thank you so much for joining us. If you found this episode helpful, do me a favor and share it with another mama. Subscribe to this podcast and leave us a 5-star review. Also, connect with us on all social media platforms at Sincerely Mama Podcast. Remember, you're the best mama for your children. We'll see you next time. Sincerely Mama.